This is Tim Bryce with my column titled, The Presidential Election, Down to the Wire. As the 2016 presidential election winds down, what can we expect to see going into November? Barring some unforeseen events such as a prosecution or an attack upon a candidate, I believe we can expect the following. First, we survived an exhaustive series of primaries followed by the national conventions and will next watch some rather tense debates. We are witnessing remarkable political theater, if not historical, all orchestrated by the media, who will be making gobs of money off of the campaign. The truth is, despite what the talking heads on television tell us, the polls will be artificially manipulated to turn into a dead-even race between Mrs. Clinton and Mr. Trump, a virtual coin toss, much like in 2000 between Bush and Gore. This is precisely what the media wants, thereby generating advertising revenue through the roof. We've already witnessed how inaccurate the polls were during the primaries. Why should we expect them to be any more accurate now? The press is still very much in favor of Mrs. Clinton, even as she walks through the minefields of emails and the Clinton Foundation. Many newspapers have advised the Clintons to sever their relationship with the foundation, but none have been bold enough to demand an investigation for possible corruption. In contrast, if the foundation was owned by Trump, they would be screaming for his head. Mrs. Clinton still hasn't proved to be a person who could stand on her own 2 feet. Her policies and positions are derived from either Senator Barry Sanders, Barack Obama, or her husband. She therefore continues to suffer from the stigma of either being the third term of the Obama administration or her husband's. But as a competent, decisive leader, the jury is still out. Even her supporters know this. The only person who seems to know how to campaign in this new era is Mr. Trump, who has turned it into a reality TV show, which most Americans understand, but the political talking heads despise. By doing so, he has earned billions of dollars worth of free publicity. As a political outsider, Trump's oratory was rough at first, but now it is polished, which allows him to play his audience like a fine-tuned instrument. At a recent Trump rally, I watched him play the crowd perfectly. Between his rallies and social media, Trump knows how to communicate with the American public more effectively than Mrs. Clinton. While Mrs. Clinton's policies are fundamentally no different than her political predecessors, Trump's are derived from his many years as a businessman. They are well articulated and appealing to the silent majority. His economic policies alone are attractive to both business and workers, and his message of no American left behind shrewdly appeals to minorities. The only group who doesn't like Trump is the press corps and the people dumb enough to believe them. However, the arrogance of the media is such that John Q. Public no longer trusts the news emanating from them. A recent poll from the Associated Press claims only 6% of the American public trust the news. Everyone else now relies on social media for their news, right or wrong. Regardless, the controversy created by Mrs. Clinton's indiscretions and Mr. Trump's seemingly bombastic attitude is good business for the media. By the time this election is over, the media will have generated over $200 billion. And that is what our political system is all about, to perpetuate the Main Street media. Right? Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.